Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I'm Crypto Kip, and today we've got a lot to talk about CROcoin, and yes, the Crypto.com land sale is coming up. We're going to talk about what to expect when that land sale is upon us, and it will be coming momentarily, guys. There's a lot of news coming out with SBF and more donations that this crazy man who should be in jail but is not in jail yet, more donations that this man has done, and we're going to talk about that and more in today's video, along with the SEC, Gary Gensler, his attack. How strong is cryptocurrency and Crypto.com against the attack incoming from Gary Gensler? Guys, there's a lot to cover, more crypto lawsuits, so many things to talk about, but that's why we're here. We're doing the live stream. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome to the Crypto Report, and good to have you. You know, we are currently doing 4 videos every single day for you. And when we hit 10,000 subscribers on this channel, we're giving away $1,000 worth of Bitcoin to one lucky subscriber. But there will be a lot more giveaways for subscribers and members of the channel. And we got a couple members already and they are growing. So very exciting to build a community because this is a bear market, guys. And it's the time to build your portfolio, your community, and get ready for the bull market because that's when we will make the buku bucks, us folks here in crypto. So very exciting stuff. Let's take a peek here at these markets and see what's going on with the market cap of crypto right now. We're looking at an $858 billion market cap for crypto right now. You got a Bitcoin dominance of 38%. It's really standard, but good news to see. Bitcoin's trying to make a break for it, guys, right now. And Ethereum is trying to get back above 1,300. Just the other day, we took a little bit of a dip because the jobs report came out. And we had a really nice pump, but then the jobs report came out, and it looks like the economy's doing good. So good, in fact, that the market panicked because they feared that the Fed might be more hawkish than dovish. And it's getting complicated, guys, but we're going to keep you guys up to date with all the moves and all the sentiments in the market. But basically, we're waiting for this Fed rate hike to come out in just about a week or so. FOMC meeting is going to announce what they're going to do for the interest rate hike. And meanwhile, we're having a lot of volatility with a new monthly candle that we've been in here for the last week and just waiting for this news for the FOMC. So Ethereum just under 1,300 bucks. Looking at Binance coin, Binance is currently at 290 bucks, under 300. 300 is kind of the price for Binance most of the time lately. Looking at CROcoin coming in at rank number 28, came up a spot in the ranking. We were floating at 29 for a while, but we recently just passed algorand, which is good to see, at 6.5 cents. And by the way, algorand's a cool project too, but we want to see CRONOS reclaim its spot at number 20, back in the top 20, really. So we're waiting to see that happen, folks. But the big story of the day for CROcoin, for the community out there, guys, very exciting. I'm sure you saw it, but we're going to do a little bit of a recap here and keep you guys up to date with what's going on. 5 days left. 5 days left. Now, I just had a phone call from a very, very dear friend of mine. His name's AJ, and we used to work together, and he is so excited to get some Crypto.com land. But he does not have a loaded lion, and he is feeling the pain of that right now, and anybody that doesn't have a loaded line is feeling the pain. But guys, just so you know, it's not too late to get a loaded line. You can still get a loaded lion, and they are auctioning off. In fact, unbelievable to see, but I just saw a loaded lion sell for $10 the other day. And right now, my partner on the channel, Black Sea, he's going to buy a loaded lion as well. He's been eyeballing this as well, trying to get his hands on a loaded lion at a reasonable price. Because to be frank, you know, the floor price on these things is $2,000. Now, when I bought my loaded lion about 2 weeks ago, the floor price was about $1,600, $1,700 bucks. The floor price has climbed quite a bit, and they're starting to get pretty expensive. But, you know, keep an eye out on the auctions and keep an eye out because the land sale's coming, guys, and there's 5 days left. So a lot of anticipation and a lot of trading opportunities. If you do have a loaded lion, you might be able to flip it, but be careful. It's a little risky right now because they're clearly in demand and people want this Crypto.com land. And guys, honestly, I personally believe that this land might sell out before it goes public. So just in case you're not aware, and we'll go more into depth for this, but the loaded lions get early access. And then there's a couple other NFT projects that get about an hour early access before the public land sale and then the public land sale. But if I had to take a guess, I would say that personally I believe they're going to sell out before the public land sale. I could be wrong. There's 25,000 plots of land that are going to be available for sale. So that's quite a bit, but be on the lookout. If you guys like CRO, keep an eye on this because this is happening right now. And this is what's going to cause, I think, some upward price movement, not only for the Lions, but for CRO here very shortly. Want to show you guys what I'm talking about. Looking at the floor price for these loaded Lions, yesterday the floor price was $1,900. Today, the floor price is $2,000. 2 days ago, it was $1,800. 3 days ago, it was $1,700. So the floor price is right now climbing at a rate of about $100 per day. I see we got 24 folks in the chat right now. If you guys are in the chat, make sure you guys leave a super chat. If you have any questions throughout this stream, we want to take your questions. I'm going to answer any questions you guys have. This is a free-for-all. This is your time, and we are here for you. So please feel free to ask some questions. And smash up the like button, guys. We got 7 likes out of 20 viewers so far, so let's get those likes up. But if you're looking at loaded Lions, what I'd recommend to you is, first of all, choose what kind of loaded Lion you want. And if your budget restricts you from getting to choose the line you want, well, then keep an eye on these auctions. You can click into the auction, and you can see what the price of these things are. Right now, there's an auction for $12 on one of these Lions. I guarantee you it's going to sell for more than that, but, be aware of this and start bidding. But note, you only have 10 bids every 24 hours, so don't waste your bids. Bid smart, guys. That's a little shout out for my buddy AJ, who actually has been bidding on these. He told me there's a max of 10 bids on these things, guys. So if you're looking at a Lion, be careful. Don't overpay for it, but there could be a good opportunity to buy it below the floor price right now, and that is $2,000. We'll keep you posted on that as well. Another thing you got to think about is, well, what's the price of these what's the price of this land? A lot of people are wondering this. So there's 3 phases to this whole land sale. Okay, there's the private land sale, and that's for the loaded Lion holders only, and you get a discounted rate. Then 2 days later, there is a early access allow list sale, and that is an hour extra that they will have to buy prior to the public land sale. So really, there's a huge advantage for the loaded Lion holders right now, which is why I think the floor price is skyrocketing. 2J3, I see you in the chat. My brother, good to see you. Enzo Vizuzio, CRO to the moon. I agree. You are a CRONOS ape. I do agree, 2J3. You are a CRONOS ape, my brother. And, I think the CRONOS apes may also get access to this early allow list. There's a couple projects that get access to this early allow list. Let's see if the CRONOS apes are one. So CRONOS apes are not one, but you can see some of these different NFT projects that Crypto.com and CRONOS likes, that they've given 150 allow list spots for this early sale. So if you've got one of these NFTs or you want access to this early allow list, check out this and make sure you try to get access to this, because over the next few days you'll get an opportunity to become a part of that. So check that out, guys. It's very, very exciting. And when you're looking at the prices of these things, these prices are really low, in my opinion. $59 for a loaded Lion holder for 1. If you want to buy a bulk deal, you can get 5 deeds to this Crypto.com land for $200. And it's much more expensive, about 40% more expensive for somebody that doesn't hold a loaded Lion. So another reason that, I think this floor price is going up. 2J3, keep an eye out on those loaded Lions, my brother. You got to keep an eye out on that auction because prices are going up. Floor price $2K for these Lions right now. But who knows? Maybe the land sale doesn't sell out. Maybe there's an opportunity for the public sale. So there's still hope, guys. There's still optimism to be had. But if you're holding CRO and you're in the chat, you should be celebrating this no matter whether you have a loaded Lion or not. This is going to be good for your tokens because this brings more utility to the CRONOS coin, folks, and you know it. But these are pretty reasonable prices. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if all of a sudden after, you could start trading these pieces of land, they were selling for $1,000 a plot. I mean, I don't know. This is total speculation, not financial advice, but I think it's going to be huge. Crypto.com is a very successful company. They've been around through this bear market and even through the most difficult FUD that I've seen a crypto project get that was unwarranted, by the way. And we're strong. Now we're launching more products. I think it's going to be huge, folks. I think it's going to be huge. Yeah. Big facts. Utility. Hashtag utility. I'm with you. If you haven't done so already, consider subscribing to the channel. We're doing 4 videos every single day for you guys, and it's going to be everything from crypto regulation conversations to the Fed and inflation rates and how that's going to affect not only the macroeconomics, but the crypto economics as well. Updates from the CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried. We're going to talk about all that in this live stream, so stick with us. I have so much to get through. We have about an hour stream here, and we're going to talk about more CRO and more SBF and a lot more regulation talk, because you got to know what's going on in these crypto markets if you are an investor and you're building bags here for a bull market. Okay, guys? So one of the biggest announcements that we're seeing right now is outside of the land is, of course, this Coca-Cola partnership. Guys, Coca-Cola is one of the largest companies on planet Earth, and they just unveiled a huge partnership with Crypto.com and FIFA. And they're going to be releasing NFTs made by an artist, by the way, that was in a big Hollywood movie. Maybe you've heard of it, Tron Legacy. So this is really cool, guys. And I think this is going to be huge for the Crypto.com project. It's just more proof that crypto is here to stay. And I have more to say about that here in a minute. But just want to highlight again, this Coca-Cola partnership, guys, is massive. And when you're talking about cryptocurrency adoption, these are the things that's going to drive it, guys. And regulation, right? The right kind of regulation, of course. So keep an eye on this as this starts happening, because these NFTs might be going for big bucks too. We'll have to see how that plays out as well. But one of the fears that a lot of folks have right now is the SEC. So the SEC tells U.S. listed companies that they better disclose crypto damage. The SEC and Gary Gensler, this man right here, they're digging their nails into anybody that's touching crypto, okay? Now, yesterday in a video, I shared a little bit about Gary Gensler coming out on Yahoo Finance, and he talked quite a bit about how there's a company that he did not mention. He wasn't going to name any specific companies, but he mentioned that there was a company that was doing lending crypto services in the U.S., and they recently told their users that it's not going to be available for them. And he basically applauded that and implied that, he doesn't want that here. That's really dangerous to think about. But really what you got to focus on is he did not disclose that company, okay? I don't want to scare anybody here. I want to tell you the facts as I'm seeing them. He didn't disclose the name of that company because that company might not be compliant with regulation needs that the SEC would have besides lending and borrowing, okay? So you got to keep that in mind. And when I'm talking about regulation and crypto companies and crypto that you got to be scared of, I don't think Crypto.com is one of those, okay? Because Crypto.com is receiving regulatory approval more than any other crypto exchange in the entire space. More than Binance. That sounds ridiculous, but that's a fact, guys. Binance has more users than Crypto.com. I think they got 120 million users versus Crypto.com's 70 million users. And that's old numbers for Crypto.com. We're waiting on an updated number of users there. But Crypto.com has proved that they have more regulatory approval in more countries than any other crypto exchange on the face of planet Earth, including Binance. Now, Binance operates in several countries, but they do so without regulatory approval in several countries. And I'm not fudding Binance, by the way. I'm just celebrating Crypto.com's success. For all the Crow fam out there, for all these Crypto.com holders, Loaded Lion fans, the part of the pride, don't get scared, guys, because Crypto.com's done a good job in getting regulatory approval in France, but also in several other countries. And there was a great interview that Chris Marzak came out on CNBC. And what's really aggravating, actually, about this interview, though, is that Andrew Sorkin, the guy that did a softball interview, by the way, with Sam Bankman-Fried the other day on a New York Times news interview panel, he was calling it CRONcoin, or he was botching the name of Crypto.com coin, CRONOS coin, and he was calling it like CRONcoin. And Chris Marzak didn't correct him, which I wish he did. But there was a lot of good bits in this interview from Chris Marzak, and specifically, what I want to point to is, yes, they're doing a lot of good things with regulatory approval, and he got some airtime on CNBC, and he talked about how they have that regulatory approval live on CNBC with Andrew Sorkin, and he got that language out into the public, into the mainstream media, which was very, very good to see. I see some comments here in the chat. Make sure you guys leave some comments because I want to have a conversation with you guys. 2J3, yeah, Gary Gensler. Oh, he's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. Crow, the underdog. Let's go. Knock him out. Crow Dad. You know what? It is the underdog, but it's not. You know what I mean, Crow Dad? It is not the underdog because, look, you got Chris Marzak coming out on CNBC And he's getting big airtime. And now they're still calling it Cron coin. I want them to come out and call it CRONOS, call it the right name next time, maybe CNBC. But he got to talk about his regulatory approval. And that is very, very exciting because they've got more regulatory approval in more countries than any other crypto exchange. And this is bullish because when you're scared of regulation, when you're scared of this bald, crazy man, Gary Gensler, who wants to crack down on crypto, who may or may not have some kind of relationship with Sam Bankman-Fried, given that he was talking with him in back rooms for 6 months with some other government officials, which is very sketchy. If you're scared of this man, then this is the interview that you should focus on, because when he talks in this interview, he talks about how they have been getting the regulatory approval they need, and that is fantastic. And they do that by buying other entities in other countries that have the regulatory licenses that they need, but they're going in strategic. Now, on the other side of that coin, Binance was first to market, and that was a very advantageous thing for them, considering they're the largest exchange on planet Earth. But Crypto.com has more licenses. What Binance did versus what Crypto.com did is Binance just went into these countries without regulatory approval, and so now there's scrutiny to come from that. And again, I'm not fudding Binance. BNB is a great project. I support Binance as well, and you should too. And if you guys didn't take advantage of this, by the way, we've got free money in the link in the description down below. Free $600 when you sign up for Binance. Don't miss out on some free money, guys, because there's some coins on there that you might be able to buy that you might not be able to buy on some other exchanges, so check it out. But guys, Binance doesn't have the regulatory approval that Crypto.com has. And they're kind of dealing with that after the fact. This is an advantage that CRO has and Crypto.com and my CRO fam has, okay? BNB and CDC is the BNB is the hare and CDC is the turtle. We all know who wins the race. 2J3, great point. You know what? That is exactly what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about how Binance was first to the market. They are the hare. Crypto.com has been the tortoise. They launched later. They got regulatory approval. They took their time. They didn't just jump into a country. They got the regulatory approval first, and they took their time. They're doing it right. They're doing it right, and that's good to see. But Binance is fantastic too, and they just came out and they show that their reserves are strong. I think they have 101% actual liquidity versus customer funds, so they're strong. Okay, that's good to see. But more things to talk about, guys. Get rid of this ad here. More fear that's in the market, and I want to share with you guys. So, House Financial Services Chair Maxine Waters came out the other day, and she said, and this is her right here, she said that she was so happy about, I love Sam Bankman-Fried. Sam Bankman-Fried, oh, he's just been so clear, and he's just been so transparent about this whole thing. He's just been doing great. And we look forward to inviting you to our hearing. We're going to invite you to our hearing. Show up if you want, Sam. This has kind of been her footing. Well, now she's getting a lot of flack on Twitter. A politician who may or may not have gotten her pockets lined by SBF. And she's a Democrat, and the Democratic Party got significantly more funding than the Republican Party. A lot of politicians got funding, by the way, from Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX. But certainly the Democrats got a little bit more. So maybe that's it. Or maybe her pockets were specifically lined. Unsubstantiated claim there. So do your own research on that. But interesting to watch. But she's starting to get flack. And the story is that she said out on Twitter that she does not plan to subpoena Sam Bankman-Fried to testify at a hearing. And in case you don't know, a subpoena means Sam Bankman-Fried, you must come to our hearing and you must explain what happened with FTX in your company, considering you're the CEO. So she's coming out and saying, no, we're not going to force him. He was the CEO of the company that collapsed and people lost $10 million. We're not going to force him. He's such a good guy. We're not going to force him to come out and explain himself. If he wants to come, we invite him. Well, then she went out on Twitter and she started defending herself because this CNBC headline came out. And she said, well, no, like a subpoena is certainly still on the table. So she's walking it back. Absolutely unbelievable. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And this is so classic politician for her to say this and be friendly. Why would she be friendly? Apparently, by the way, Maxine Waters, it's public knowledge that she blew a kiss to Sam Bankman-Fried one time. Cameras caught it. She blew a kiss to Sam Bankman-Fried at one point. Why would you blow a kiss at somebody? that you don't know, or, you know, just a person that owns a crypto company. Do you think she loves crypto? No. Why would Maxine Waters? She's old. She doesn't like crypto. She likes Sam Bankman-Fried. Why? Why? Probably because he donated a lot of money. He gave her money, so he likes her, blows her. There's some questions going on here. There's people thinking about this, and it's not just Democrats, guys. You know, maybe the Democrats got a little bit more money, but it's politicians in general, okay? And so I'm not trying to single out one party. This isn't about politics. This is about politicians is what it is, okay? So I want to make that very clear. Stan Cloudy, I do agree with 2J3 as well. And yeah, I'm more bullish than ever before. But this is ridiculous. What an unbelievable story. And guys, if you guys have any questions throughout this, by the way, please put them in the chat down below. We got 40 viewers right now. We got 16 likes on the video. I know we can get those likes up further for all you diamond handers out there and all you Crow Fam Loaded Lion Pride members in the chat. So another story I want to share with you guys. Sam Bankman-Fried also turned out to lobby for Taylor Swift deal as FTX was bleeding cash and the executives were, you know, trying to put the brakes, allegedly, the executives were trying to put the brakes on Sam Bankman-Fried. He was actually chasing $100 million deal with Taylor Swift, which if you think about it, it's very smart, trying to get young people into crypto, young people like Taylor Swift. I understand that. But what was he trying to do here? He was trying to do anything and everything he could to save himself and save the exchange by getting more crypto infused into the exchange so they could try to right the wrongs on their ship. This was never going to work, and it would have put them in a much worse situation. This just points to the irresponsibility of Sam Bankman-Fried. Though, you know, the Taylor Swift idea was a very good one, it's so irresponsible, and he did not listen to the people that were at his side telling him, hey, we can't afford this. Hey, did you look at the books? He had no idea what was going on. He had no idea what was going on. Look at this. He says this in this New York Times Deal Book interview with Andrew Scory. I have a duty to talk to the people. I have a duty to explain what happened. Dude, okay, if you really feel this way, Sam Bankman-Fried, then why did you lie your face off on Twitter? You guys can go back to screenshots of Sam Bankman-Fried's Twitter. He lied repeatedly on Twitter. He came out and he said that FTX US was totally solvent and totally fine. And the next day, all of a sudden, they declared bankruptcy. Now, we're still waiting on a lot of facts on this, but you can see that they were not operating properly, and this was totally out of control. 2J3 with a question. Wait, as in pay her $100 million. $100 million he was planning on paying Taylor Swift. You know, but Sam Bankman-Fried, I don't know why he feels like he's like the people's like crypto savior or something. He's not. Actually, he's our crypto devil. And he feels like he's got this duty to talk to the people. No, he's just trying to get us to side with him, and we never will again. At one point, he was a crypto hero to some, and that quickly was destroyed and dismantled. It really started, guys, when we found out that he was trying to crush DeFi. When he tried to crush DeFi, when he tried to threaten my 11.5% that I'm earning by staking my CRO coins in Jerry's pool on the crypto.com DeFi app, that's when I had a problem with Sam Bankman-Fried. And then more started to come out. And then CZ tweeted he was going to sell all the FTX tokens. And then FTX totally collapsed because, frankly, they had it coming, guys. Now, again, you know, a lot of people are mad at CZ for doing that, and I get it. It was a little shocking that he said he was going to dump all the tokens. It clearly caused the bank run on FTX. Excuse me. But, yeah, I mean, this was inevitably going to happen for them. Yeah, it's just, Marco Artezi, good to see you in the chat. My brother, I am so sick of hearing of Sam Bankman-Fried's incompetence too, but it's the story, and really it's the story that's keeping these markets tame right now, and we're just waiting for a big bullish event to move past this. But it's going to be interesting, and you know what I'm kind of concerned about, Michael, is what's coming out is the FOMC meeting and the Fed rate hike is going to be a bullish event for us. I believe that. I could be wrong. So not financial advice, but I think we're going to move from a 0.75% interest rate hike, which we had last time that the Fed came out, to a 0.5% interest rate hike, okay? And that's going to be bullish, I think, because then it shows a softening and a dovish stance from the Fed, which would be good. But unfortunately, then a day later, on the 14th, I believe this is after the FOMC meeting information comes out, Sam Bankman-Fried will be meeting with the government, and he will be doing a public hearing discussing what happened. And it might, and what I'm scared of, Michael, is that this stupid news about SBF might again bring us down. Even if the bullish news happens from the FOMC meeting, it might bring us down. Now, hopefully, we get a Santa rally. We just don't even worry about SBF. But I'm nervous for the market to just panic. The market's shaky right now. Only 8% of Americans believe in crypto. But with that fear comes optimism, and that optimism is the lower the crypto goes right now, the better buying opportunity that we have. We welcome the red flag. We welcome all the downside, because that just gives us more opportunity. Because what do we know at the end of the day, folks? We know that crypto in 2024, 2025, right around the Bitcoin halving, we're going to have another bull market if history repeats itself. And history doesn't repeat itself, but it certainly rhymes. It certainly rhymes. So we're waiting for that, guys. But I want to share that with you guys. Very interesting. Another little bit about Sam Bankman-Fried. Did you guys hear this one? That he gave $2.5 million to a leading political ethics watchdog. $2.5 million to a leading ethics watchdog. How is that okay? And they can't, they're ethics watchdogs, okay? The group, this ethics group, says they can't give the money back because they already spent it. Guys. Not okay. Not okay. If you are an ethics watchdog, you should be looking out where your money's coming from, okay? And they spent it, so they're just going to say, already spent it. Too late. Let's think about this. Let's think about the couple that was accidentally given $10 million by crypto.com instead of $100, okay? They're supposed to give all that money back. They're going to court right now because they need to give the money back because the money shouldn't have been theirs in the first place. Same thing with this. This money was not Sam Bankman-Fried's to give out. He shouldn't have given this money out, and he did. And they should probably give this money back, but now they can't. What I'm saying here, guys, is this is so twisted, what's happening with Sam Bankman-Fried. Politicians took the money. Political parties took the money. Ethics committees took the money. They're not going to give it back. That was your money. That was my money. That was our money, guys. I didn't really lose anything in FTX. I had a couple FTX tokens, but, that was the community's money. They totally spent, Sam Bankman-Fried spent our money to buy favor in Washington, and that's why Maxine Waters blowing Sam Bankman-Fried a kiss at a hearing. Unbelievable. This is the kind of political landscape we live in. Again, I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a Republican. It's politicians, guys. It's just politicians in general and politics that are the problem, okay? Sam Bankman-Fried, we're going to wait to see what happens. This hearing's going to be interesting. We're going to see how they poise themselves. Could it be another softball hearing? We'll have to see. So we'll see how that goes. And this is the hearing I'm talking about. New York Times is at least announcing the hearing's coming. But something I want to share with you guys. So very, very interesting to watch this happen. Very excited. 2J3, I see in the chat. Very excited for this to hit a Netflix special. Sam Bankman-Fried Netflix special should be pretty good. By the way, if you haven't done so, smash up a like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. We do have some free money for you guys in the link in the description down below. If you sign up for BitGet, I think we have up to a $6,000 sign-on bonus right now for that. So that's pretty cool as well. But more news for you guys I wanted to share. Kim Kardashian just got off the hook for a crypto lawsuit that she was under. She was actually promoting a project called Ethereum Max, and her and Floyd Mayweather just recently settled in this case, and she ended up paying some money. I think so did Floyd Mayweather, but the case is over. So what am I getting at with this silly story here? Guys, there's so much FUD in the market, but it's going to come to an end. Just like this silly lawsuit came to an end, the FUD and the news stories that are negative are going to come to an end. Crypto is here to stay, guys. Coca-Cola believes so. That's why they partnered up with crypto.com, folks. That's how it works. And CZ, and I'm going to shout him out, had a very great point today. Many try hard to predict short-term trends, and it can't be predicted. You can't predict the bottom. You can't predict the top. Okay? Many try hard to predict this. You can't do it. That's why leverage trading can be very risky. Many are oblivious to long-term trends, and it's so easy to predict. This, I agree with completely. There's 4-year cycles. There's Bitcoin halving. This is so easy to predict. You look at the S&P 500 even, you can predict it's going to go up over time. That's just how it works. And so this is very obvious. And there's a lot of people that are oblivious. Most people buy when the panic is coming, when there's people FOMOing into the market. Follow long-term trends is CZ's advice. And then he gives 3 points here. Technology innovation won't stop. Adoption won't stop. And demand increase won't stop. And it's totally true. It's totally true, and it's totally exciting to think about. And that's why people are so excited about the crypto.com land. People are so excited about crypto getting regulatory approval. People are fearful of regulation, but once the regulation comes into the picture, that is like the government giving a green thumb stamp on any project that they don't squash, and it's going to be here to stay. And then all the Joe Schmoes out in the market that don't know anything about crypto see the government go, oh, these projects are okay. They're going to jump in, they're going to panic in, and they're going to buy these projects when you and we already have our bags, and that's when we're going to make generational wealth, guys. So that's exactly what we're going through right now. And that's what you see on this chart, guys. Look at how low Bitcoin is comparative to the history of its prices. It's basically a fire sale right now. Bitcoin, as you can see here, could go all the way up to $500,000, guys, at some point here in the history. I mean, you've seen we're getting lower, right, in these red bands. Maybe we only hit this yellow band next time, but still, you're looking at 100,000, maybe a $200,000 Bitcoin in the next bull market, which would give you a $2 to $5 CRO most likely, which would be spectacular for all of us in the chat that are very, very excited about CRO coin and crypto in general. So that's what I'm looking at. If you haven't done so already, by the way, follow my brother, my partner on the channel, Black C. He does a lot of great tweets, keeping you guys up to date with his latest moves. He recently bought a DGOD. He's buying the dip on the Solana blockchain, which is actually a fantastic strategy because a lot of people are speculating that Solana ain't dead. It's just taking a dip. It collapsed as a fear of FTX, and a lot of people are thinking it's going to come back. He's already made quite a bit on this NFT, but he's holding this for the long term, just like I'm holding my loaded lion for the long term, and he's hunting for a loaded lion, and he will keep you posted when he does buy one. I'm sure he's going to put it on his Twitter as well. Also, that's what I did. I have my Twitter right here, and I'm promoting my loaded lion right here. I'm very excited to have him. Made quite a bit on him. And by the way, I'm going to go back to loaded lions real quick. I just want to show you guys. So in terms of loaded lions, I have a loaded lion with a, let's see here. I have a loaded lion with a Viking hat. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to show you the Viking hat loaded lions. So I bought my loaded lion I bought him for just under $2,600. Okay. So these are the loaded lions with a Viking helmet. Now the floor price on these things right now is basically where I bought them, which is great. But when you look at some of these other ones, a lot of these things are selling for $4, $5, $6 grand. Some of these things are selling for 10 grand, right? And this one, you can see it's only ranked number 7,000 out of 10,000 loaded lions. It's selling for, 9 grand. And let's see here. Does it have any bids? Let's see if it has any offers on it. $2 offer. Guys, oh my God. Who offers $2 for these things? These are sad offers, guys. I was talking about you only get 10 offers a day on the crypto.com NFT platform. Don't waste your offers. Don't offer $2. That's such a waste of time. So my suspicion is some people might be offering $2 just to kind of clear some of the recent offers to kind of change what the price would be. But what I'm saying is, I bought my loaded lion 14 days ago, and it's probably doubled in price at this point. I don't even have it listed, so you're not going to see it as something you can potentially buy right now. But I do have it. I'm just holding on to it, and we're just going to hang on to it until, first of all, I want to get my land. And then second of all, I'm going to sell it when we're in a bull market probably, and maybe flip it. Who knows? Maybe for one of those loaded lions with a crown, because I'm pretty excited about that. So follow us on Twitter as well. You can see me at CryptoKip Tweets. I'll keep you up to date with all my moves. I also bought one of these beautiful, beautiful Cyber Cubs as well, which will get an advantage in the Loaded Lion main city crypto.com land that's coming out. Want to share with you guys as well that Bitcoin, people are still saying that it could plunge to $5,000. Standard Chartered Bank, that's what they're predicting in 2023. If that happens, you guys have a fantastic buying opportunity, so don't let this scare you. But there is a lot of fear in the market, and that's just what you're seeing in some of these articles, guys. A lot of fear, a lot of panic, down to 25 in the Fear and Greed Index, extreme fear, and we're falling lower. And the lower this goes, the better your price. Same thing with this. The lower that this goes, the better your price. And this is pretty darn low, and we're looking at a bottom very, very soon. Kid Pro Crow. I love that name. Kip, will you go for the main city land drop? Keep us informed whether it sells out or not for those without a loaded line. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm going to definitely be getting, going to be getting the land. There's no doubt about it. 100%, I'm going to be buying this crypto.com land. There's 100% certainty about that. I have to have some of this land because I believe in crypto.com. And I'll keep you posted. We're going to do these live streams Tuesday, Thursday. So Tuesday night, that's when I'll have my land. I'll be doing a live stream that night. I'll show you guys the land that I got that very night. That'll be very exciting. So stay posted for that. Turn on the notification bell if you guys haven't done so already. Very excited. Somebody also asking, Kip, can you explain why can you explain why after pivots the market crash? Never understood it. Good question, Michael Artezi. So after the pivot, if the Fed pivots and they're hawkish, which means they want to battle inflation and they want to raise interest rates, markets do not like that. They don't like that because what happens is big time investors, they end up going into more safe assets like bonds where they can get a guaranteed 2, 3, 5% return on their money because it's safer. The more the interest rates go up, the less they want to be participating in the regular economy. And so that's why you see the S&P 500 crash when the Fed gets hawkish, okay? But when the Fed gets dovish, the opposite happens. They're lightening up the interest rate hikes, and then you get to see more of a move to the upside because people then think that the battle versus inflation is being won by the Fed, and that Federal Chair Jerome Powell has then at that point done a good job, and so they think we'll move up. So that's kind of what's at play right now. What do I think about Chris' threat today? There's no threat with Chris right now, but he did come out and he did talk about his recent past, which I guess let's talk about that real quick. So let's talk about Chris and his tweet where he was talking about his past. So he came out yesterday, and he said more FUD targeting the crypto.com is coming, and this time it's about a business failure that he had early in his career, and he had nothing to hide. I'm proud of my battle scars. So here's the unfiltered story. So when he came out and he tweeted this, at first I was like, oh, wait, why would you talk about this? And like, oh, why would you bring light to negative views? But actually, this is the best thing I think he could have possibly done. And here's why. And shout out to a crypto reporter out there actually came out and put this in one of our comments in one of my previous videos. And I said I'd mention this, so I'm glad you brought it up, Michael. But the fact that he came out and addressed some of the fears that people had about his previous career that he had, his previous startups that he was a part of, is fantastic because he's going to get to put it behind him now, okay? Now, I'll be honest. The only fear that I had about Crypto.com and Chris Marziak was basically this story. And so when he came out with this, I had a knee-jerk reaction. I said, I don't love it. But then I thought about it, and it makes all the sense in the world, and it's genius because I didn't think he was suspicious. I didn't think it was a problem. But what I was fearful of is other people thinking it was a problem. So he's getting out in front of it. If you didn't know it, now you do. And he's going to put it behind him moving forward. And that's exactly what this accomplishes. And so I'm not going to read this whole thread, but he goes through and he explains the exact situation and he clears the air. And basically the scoop is that he was an entrepreneur and he's had some failures and people got burned along the way because entrepreneurs fail. Okay, that's what you do. If you're an entrepreneur, you're going to try, you're going to fail, you're going to try, you're going to fail, you're going to try, you might succeed, and then you're going to fail, and then you're going to succeed, and then you're going to fail, and then maybe one day you succeed wildly. But that's what an entrepreneur is. You don't succeed. Not every entrepreneur succeeds. It's a risk. You take a risk on yourself. That's exactly what Chris Marziak has done with Crypto.com. And this time, it looks like it's playing out because Crypto.com makes $1 billion a year for the last 2 years on trading fees alone, which is spectacular to see. Papas, you got a question for me there. What other coins do I believe have great potential in the future? That's a really great question. Really great question. By the way, feel free to leave me some super chats as well if you guys would like to. Ask some questions because I want to go over all this for you guys. This is your time, and we're sharing it with you. But other coins, I'm going to go down the list for you, Papas. All right. We're going to go through this whole thing. All right. Get some water. So first of all, you need to own Bitcoin. I'm sorry. If you don't own Bitcoin, you got to have some Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a very, very essential part to crypto. It's the king crypto. If you don't have Bitcoin, strongly urge you to consider getting some Bitcoin. Same thing goes for Ethereum. I think you got to have some Ethereum. It's the king and queen of crypto. Ethereum is the largest when it comes to total value locked up. And we're going to get to that in a second. I'm going to talk more about DeFi here in a minute. Okay. But I'm looking at Bitcoin. I'm looking at Ethereum. Binance coin is obviously spectacular as well. Some people do not love CZ, but you cannot ignore the strength of Binance Smart Chain. It is huge. It is the second largest in total value locked up compared to Ethereum when it comes to DeFi. You cannot ignore it. It's too big to ignore. But I do think that CRO's a better buying opportunity for the record, in case you're thinking, what are you talking about, Crypto Kip? But Papa's talking more about coins I like. I like Ripple. I mean, I got a cousin. He's like all in on Ripple. Once this SEC case clears up, I think it could shine. The risk there is that if the SEC does squash Ripple and they win the case and Ripple loses, then it's going to be a problem for Ripple. So there's risk there, but with risk comes great reward. And it didn't hit its all-time high in the last bull market, so it's due, in my opinion. Dogecoin, can't ignore it. Now notice, guys, I'm talking about some of the top projects here. Dogecoin's spectacular. Why? Because it's a meme coin. There's a huge army behind it. And I think that also Elon Musk is going to possibly infuse it into a Twitter wallet. So keep an eye on that one as well. Polygon, a lot of people like it. A lot of concerns lately, though, about Polygon and that it might be controlled by a lot of institutional investors, hedge funds, and some big capital groups, which may affect it maybe in a negative way. Could be a very positive thing as well. I skipped over Cardano. I'm just not crazy about it. I mean, I think they were a little bit late to get to the DeFi space, but if they catch up and their DeFi projects get big, then they could be spectacular. A lot of people like the founder of that one as well. He used to work on Ethereum. He split from Ethereum, and he became the creator of Cardano. So that's something to acknowledge as well. Polkadot, I'm not too excited about. It's a good project, but Litecoin, absolutely not. Shiba Inu could have a good pump. Solana is a great buying opportunity right now. If you believe that it'll survive, it should be great. Tron is a great DeFi ecosystem, but I've heard a lot of bad things about it. I'm personally not going to invest in Tron. Uniswap's the biggest DeFi project on Ethereum, and it's the first DeFi swap protocol on Ethereum, so that's something to acknowledge as well. Other ones, Cosmos. In case you didn't know, CRONOS was built on the Cosmos SDK network. If you don't know that, I'll tell you more about that in another video, but Cosmos is huge. Binance Smart Chain and CRONOS Chain are built on Cosmos, guys. That one, maybe you didn't know. ATOM, Adam. Do not ignore this one in the next bull run. Do not ignore Cosmos. Reggie Nuts, what a super chat, my brother. Much appreciated. I love you, my brother. Thank you so much for the super chat. Love this CRO family. Reggie, you've been a loyal supporter for the channel for a long time. Shout out to you. Love you, man. Thanks so much. Other projects here that I like. Stellar is actually having some issues. Used to like some Stellar, but it's not looking so good. Coinbase had to delist it. I think there's going to be some regulation coming in and squashing Stellar. We'll have to see what that looks like. Of course, my favorite altcoin besides Ethereum is CRONOS. It's spectacular. A lot of people are hyping up Quant as well. Quant is very, very cool. When the CBDCs come out, Quant might be able to interact with those and have a huge platform to interact with banks. So that could be very, very big as well. ApeCoin, I don't know. That's a big risk. That's a gamble. Not a huge fan of that. VeChain's got a lot of things going on in China with supply chain. Look, Papas, there's a lot of great projects out there that we love. But what DeFi projects are hot, Reggie? Great question. Great question indeed. So let's talk about DeFi projects now. I'm going to pivot. We talked about some of the good coins, but Reggie, appreciate your super chat. Let's get to your question here, man, because I got to talk about some DeFi projects that are hot for you, my brother. Great question. So right now, we're at DeFi Llama. I already had this queued up for you guys prior, okay? So, yeah, you got to pop us. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. So right now, DeFi projects that are hot, Ethereum is the number one, okay? Ethereum's number one. And if you want to see what projects are hot on Ethereum, you go to DeFi Llama, okay? And you check out, Reggie, if you haven't checked out DeFi Llama, please check it out and do some digging. Go into these DEXs, go into these dApps and try them out. It's the best way to do it. Uniswap is the top project. Now, a lot of people don't want to buy any project in crypto that's not in the top 50 cryptos. And I understand that. Why? Because there's typically less risk. Now, there's exceptions to that. Now, Terra Luna was certainly an exception to that. Terra Luna died, and it's dead, in my opinion. Now, some people are going out on YouTube and talking about Terra Luna, how it could reach, whatever price. I think it's irresponsible. I'm not a fan of it, but to each his own. If you believe it, hey, smash up a like button. I support you, okay? But top projects, I think they're safe. So in that breath, Uniswap is the OG on Ethereum. Do not ignore it. Along with Aave, Compound is fantastic. Balancer is really cool. I like that one a lot. Sushi Swap is pretty awesome as well. There's a lot of really great ones. Olympus DAO, my partner, I think Black Sea, I think he's dabbling in this one. So I think that's a good one for him. He likes that one a little bit, but it's really risky. Olympus DAO is very risky. So please be aware of that, folks. I can't believe Tornado Cash is still on this list, but so those are some of the ones that I'm looking at. MakerDAO is a good one. Some people like Curve. These are some of the biggest projects. So what you can do is you can go into these DeFi projects. You can go to the chains and you can start looking at some of these. And what are some other projects you want to look at? So Binance Smart Chain, like I said, you can't ignore Ethereum. You can't ignore Binance. And notice I said Tron is actually really big in DeFi. I don't love Tron. I'm not going to buy Tron projects. It's just not my cup of tea. There's $4.47 billion locked up. So maybe I'm making a mistake. Let me know in the chat down below if you think I'm making a mistake. But this is how you can look at some of these projects. So on Binance Smart Chain, what do we got? Number one, DEX, PancakeSwap. If you're trying to get into some of these DeFi projects and what's hot, PancakeSwap, Reggie, don't ignore PancakeSwap, okay? I'm not telling you to buy it, but do some research, acknowledge it, and look into it, okay? I don't want to give you, I'm not telling you guys what to buy. I'm telling you guys what to look into because that's all we can do here. I'm not going to tell you what to buy, but I'll tell you what I'm interested in. I'm interested in PancakeSwap. I owned quite a bit of PancakeSwap. I sold it because the bear market came. But I will be looking at PancakeSwap and probably picking up some PancakeSwap because it is the top DEX on Binance Smart Chain. Okay, so do not ignore that one. Other DeFi projects that you want to look out for is Polygon. Polygon, there's some FUD on it right now. There's some fear about some of the centralization of it. But Polygon is strong, and there's some good projects that you can access on Polygon. But a lot of those are the same as Ethereum because they're very interoperable. So something to acknowledge. But Polygon's a good project. I personally don't own any Matic, but you can't buy them all. Recommendation I have for you guys: pick the projects that you like best and buy those, and stick with it, but be open to more research. Okay, be more open to more information, but don't buy 400 tokens. That's not going to do right by you. I don't think you should have more than 20 different crypto coins. I mean, maybe you do what you want, not financial advice, but I think you're over diversified at that point. You want to be diversified, but you don't want to be over diversified. Now, let's get to the meat and potatoes, because Reggie, I know you want to know what DeFi projects are hot on CRONOS. So the answer for that one is VVS Finance. Can't go wrong. Tectonic's my favorite. I like Tectonic a lot. MM Finance, I think there's a huge community behind MM Finance. I think that one's going to be huge. And notice, it's also on Polygon. You can see what chains it has access to. It's also on Polygon. So that might give it a little bit more exposure. And I think that's why at one point in the end of the bull market, it actually surpassed BVS Finance and Tectonic. Okay. So these are some ones that I'm looking at. I think they're pretty interesting. And then I'm also going to keep an eye on some of the other projects that are going on. Like there's an NFT platform that's coming out on CRONOS. And I think, with the Loaded Lions, with some of these other ones that are coming out, some of these NFTs, I think there's going to be more NFT projects coming to CRONOS, and it's going to get bigger. Minted is looking pretty strong, and Ebsui Bay is looking pretty strong. So check those out. There's coins for those projects. Those are ones that I'm thinking about. I hope that answered your question. Reggie, I went into it for you. That was a good super chat, so you got a good answer. Did you like it? Did you, Reggie, you like Matic? Okay. You like Matic. I got you. I like Matic too. It just goes back to, I don't want to over diversify. I just don't want to over diversify. And I have projects that I really want to buy, and that is mainly CRO, the CRO DEXs, which you're looking at on this list right now, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Honestly, don't hate me, guys. I'm a CRO guy. I'm part of the CRO fam, but I'm buying some Binance projects too. Do not ignore it. The exchanges are where you go to buy crypto, and exchanges are huge. I think it's cool. I think it's exciting. Looking for some other questions here in the chat. Yeah, outside of top 50, Phantom, Kid Pro CRO, you think Phantom has potential? Yeah, I mean, I've heard some good things about Phantom. Zachary Brooks, good to have you in the chat. Zachary Brooks, you say no, CRO only. I just challenge you. Don't only hold one crypto. Do what you want, but maybe don't only hold one crypto. That's dangerous. But what I want to show you guys is looking at all these chains. Remember, CRONOS is very good. It's very, very strong. It is my favorite altcoin besides Ethereum. I'll just come out and say that. That's just my personal opinion. And I think that it's going to move from number 9 rank TVL DeFi project in terms of total value locked up, $438 million locked up in CRONOS. I think it's going to be a top 5 in the next bull run. Do you guys agree? Michael asking about Illuvium. Michael, I'll get back to you on that, Michael. I'm not really sure about that project. Honestly, I will not tell you about a project that I haven't researched, and I have done zero research on Illuvium, so don't really want to talk about that one because I don't want to be ill-informed, okay? But I'll check it out for you, Michael. So Illuvium, got to put that one on my list. Yeah, staking tonic is really good. Reggie, great point. Yesterday, I took, what did I do? I took about $1,500 worth of tonic, and I staked it, and it's really good right now. I was earning like 50% APY on my tonic in the crypto.com DeFi app. It's a no-brainer. So tonic CRO VVS, yeah, I'm with you guys. I think it's pretty exciting. So more good things to come. And remember, guys, let's just say, hey, let me humor you for a second. Who said, Zachary Brooks, you said no, CRO only. Well, you know what? That would be cool. Let's just pretend for a second. What if CRO did pass Binance, okay? If CRO passed Binance today, you get $1.87. CRO, that's a 28x. That would be pretty spectacular. But guys, I think a $2 CRO coin's a slam dunk in the next bull run. I think it's a no-brainer. I really think that. I could be wrong, not financial advice, but I don't think that it's a no-brainer for the record that CRO passes Binance. But hey, it's fun to look at. It's fun to see. This is a really cool tool, by the way. If you guys haven't ever used it, market cap of, you can say, what if CRO flipped Polygon? All right, well, what if CRO flipped Matic? Well, let's see what would happen. Boom, 32-cent CRO. That'd be a 5x from here. So these are really cool tools. I do think that CRO will be a top 10 coin, and one day, who knows? Maybe it could pass Matic. Maybe it could pass, Binance. Who knows? I think it could pass Dogecoin too. That's an 8.25x. So these are things to look at just to get your idea of what kind of moonbags you need as you're building your portfolio for the next bull market. Leave me some other questions, guys. Love to answer the questions you guys have in the chat. Really great questions out there. We got 28 likes right now, 38 viewers. If we can get some more likes, I would greatly appreciate it. I love to feel the love. Right now, by the way, if you don't like this video, at least you like this pump going on with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is moving up right now, making some moves, which is exciting to see. Looking at the minute chart, it is trying to break out As you can see here, earlier today, we had a really nice pump, and boom, it is trying so hard right now to get above these price levels. If Bitcoin can break above $17,500, we're moving up back to 18K. Mark my words, guys. Mark my words. Not financial advice. Mark my words, okay? How would you cash out so much money, Kip? Michael, I don't understand your question, but if you're asking me if I'm planning on selling at any point, absolutely. We're here to take profits. We're here to make money, Michael. We're going to make some money, so we got to take profits, and I'm going to kind of set some thresholds for myself, okay? I'm going to set, and these aren't my thresholds. I still got to figure it out, but maybe I'll sell some at 50 cents for CRO. Maybe I'll sell some CRO at 50 cents. Maybe I'll sell some at 75 cents. Maybe I'll sell some at $1, $1.25, $1.50, and $2, right? So pick some what, me and a friend of mine call tranches, and you pick those tranches and you choose, when do I want to sell? So that's something to consider. Kid Pro Crow. So good. Kip, were you affected by Luna attack? Well, yes and no. No, in that I did not buy a single Luna token. I never believed in the project. I did not like the attitude of Do Kwon ever, personally, and I feel terrible for anybody that invests in the project. And I did feel like I missed out when it pumped. I had some FOMO, but I didn't act on it. I didn't buy any Luna. But yes, I was affected, Kid Pro Crow, because everybody was. The market crashed on account of the Luna crash. The Luna crash caused the market to crash, and that's kind of the catalyst, I think, of why we started the bear market when we did. Really. So yeah, we were all affected, but I wasn't personally affected in my personal portfolio because I didn't hold Luna. So that's something I wanted to say. 2J3 asking, oh no, that wasn't a question. Yeah, so looking at Bitcoin, feeling good. We're pumping up right now, guys, and it's looking pretty good. That's really all I got for you guys in today's video. If there's no other questions, oh, here's a question. 2J3 asking a question. I'm gonna get out of this scaring my screen here, and we'll take some more questions before we end the channel. Kip Pro Crow, thanks for joining us. We're not done yet. We still got a couple other questions, but every Tuesday, Thursday, 5:30 Central Standard Time. Come back, my brother, and consider. By the way, let me reshare my screen because consider, guys, if you guys like this kind of content and you guys like being a part of these Q&As, then please consider subscribing to the channel, of course. And also, we did launch memberships for anybody that wants to be a part of the Crypto Report community. You can join as a member, and you can support us by as little as $5 a month. You can get awesome loyalty badges, which are really cool, and custom emojis to use during these chats, which is pretty neat. So consider that one, guys. If you haven't done so already, please. Looking at the question, answering 2J3's question. At Kipper, would you rather SBS spend your money on Republicans or Democrats? 2J3, I will not answer that question, my brother, because this is not a political channel. And I have strong opinions, but I would never share them in a public forum because this is not about politics. This is about crypto. And I got to stay out of it because we want to bring crypto news to everybody. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat or whatever you are in between, I want you to experience wealth, crypto wealth, because I believe that the more that you experience some wealth, the less you have to get tied up in the monotony and the craziness that comes with politics. So that's my answer for you. Okay. 2J3, you're going to join. I appreciate you. Well, maybe you won't need to get a job. Maybe you'll just be crypto rich and you can join at that point. Michael Artezi, why is a security such a bad thing? Good question. You know what? The answer to that comes in line with, if something's considered a security, then there's going to be more regulation on it because there's a lot of strict guidelines in the government for what the government and the SEC calls securities. And so it's a bad thing, or people say it's a bad thing because people are scared of regulation. So that's really what you're looking at with that, to my understanding. So, that's kind of what we're looking at. So Pop Us, XRP is not a security. He says why the SEC is doing this lawsuit, he doesn't understand. Ripple is doing amazing progress and expanding across the world. You know, my cousin agrees. My cousin agrees completely. Nazar, good to join. Good to have you join. Good to see you, my brother. Good to have you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Freddie Jimenez, when is the proof of reserve audit coming out again? Great question, Freddie. As soon as that comes out, I promise you that I will tell you all about it, but it's not coming out yet, and they have not announced when. It should be coming out soon. Soon is the answer. But so far, they have released some information showing that they feel good. Just for the record, Binance just released a audit of sorts, but people are still attacking the audit. So even when we come out with this proof of reserves, I want to let you know, you've got to recognize this, Freddie. People are going to FUD it. People are going to FUD anything no matter what because people hate crypto. It's the same thing as politics. And I'm not going to say, what party I align with or whatever, but if you don't like Republicans, then you're going to FUD the Republicans. If you don't like Democrats, then you're going to FUD the Democrats. If you don't like crypto, you're going to FUD crypto. If you don't like the regular market, then you might FUD the regular market. I try not to do that. I just want to get facts, okay? So I want to do a bunch of research and I want to get some facts. And I want to try to be as unbiased as possible. I'm a little biased on crypto.com because I own a lot of CRO tokens, but I hope I take away my bias by telling you guys and being transparent that I have a bunch of CRO. So, that's my answer to that one. Nazar, we got more live streams coming. You didn't miss it. There's so many more coming. Good to have you, my brother. Good to have you. Rashid Hussein, hi, tell us about Loaded Lion NFT and how you can profit if you were to buy one. Well, great question, Rashid. Great question indeed. So, I bought a Loaded Lion about 2 weeks ago, and I've probably already made about $2,000 to $3,000 on it, which is spectacular. I got really lucky, but the reason that I bought one, Rashid, is because I saw that there was rumors that the Loaded Lion holders may get an advantage when the land sale came out, and I knew the land sale was coming, so I had to get my hands on one, and I did. Now, good news for anybody trying to get one, there is a panic and a rush and kind of like a buy the rumor, maybe sell the news event coming for CRO and crypto.com where and the Loaded Lions, where the floor price is pumping. In the last 3 days, every single day, the floor price of Loaded Lions has gone up $100. I think, and not financial advice, Rashid, but I'm answering your question, the floor price may continue to climb, and that would be really spectacular to see for anybody holding a lion or anybody buying a lion in the next couple of days. But beware, because after the land sale comes out and the advantage that the Loaded Lion holders had, which is basically done on Tuesday of next week, that'll be gone. But there will be more advantages coming for the Loaded Lion holders. So what my strategy is, Rashid, and please do your own research and pick your own strategy, is I am going to hold my lion for a very long time. I'm going to buy some land. And yes, Zachary Brooks, I'm going to buy that Tycoon pack. Matter of fact, I'm going to buy like a bunch of them. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what I bought as soon as I do. I'm going to buy a bunch. I'm buying a lot of land because I believe in crypto.com clearly. And I'm going to buy several Tycoon packs because I cannot miss out on this opportunity. That's just the way that I view it. But Rashid, I hope that answers your question. I mean, I think there's I think that's the best case scenario. I think, maybe there's a little dip after Tuesday, after the Loaded Lion holders take advantage of buying the land and then they dump their lion maybe. So maybe either one of two things. One, buy a lion now and sell it before it's too late. Or two, maybe wait till after the sale and then maybe buy one after the sale if there's a buy the rumor, sell the news event. So a couple different ways you could look at that. A couple different ways to think about it. But if there's no other questions, guys, you know what? This is a great stream. I'm going to end it there. That's all we got today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. We have 2 streams, Tuesday and Thursday at 5:30 Central Standard Time. We do 4 videos every single day for you. And if you subscribe to the channel, we're giving away $1,000 worth of Bitcoin when we hit 10,000 subscribers. And we will have more giveaways coming. And we'll have specific giveaways, big, huge giveaways coming for anybody that joins as a Crypto Report member. So please don't miss out on that. Smash your like button. But I am hinting, guys, big giveaway coming out for anybody that joins as a member. And it won't just be one giveaway. We're going to do multiple giveaways because we want to incentivize you guys to join the community so we can continue to spread the word. We need to grow this channel because we need to continue keeping information coming about crypto, about crypto.com. And we want to build the CRO family. We want to build the crypto.com community because we just feel the duty, guys. And we need to squash the FUD and we need to grow this community because we love crypto. Me and my partner, Black Sea, we will not stop ever. We love these Q&As. We appreciate all you guys. Zachary Brooks, Rashid, Michael Artezi, Nazar, Kid Pro Crow, 2J3. I love you guys. You guys are good. Zachary Brooks, if you want to become a member, all you got to do is go to the channel, click the join button, and we'd love to have you as the team. You get special emojis and all that. Check out the video I said at some point in the stream. All the information you need. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Don't forget to smash up the like button, subscribe to the channel, and as always, guys, you've got to remember, please don't forget to DCA, HODL, and we will see you in the next one. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you next time.